This video is brought to you by N-House M&A.
Today we will talk about how the deal process will look like in the Buyside project. You have identified an ideal target now. Have you already been talking to them? Or are you still just thinking of making your first move? Regardless of your contact history with the company, you will need to take the initiative to start a more serious deal discussion. So what should you do first? What is your game plan? To answer these questions, perhaps we could start by looking at what a buy-side process would look like. And here, we break things down into 5 stages. The setup, initial proposal, due diligence and valuation, final proposal and negotiation, and signing and closing. The setup. As a first step of the project, you need to set up your M&A SWAT team. Internally, you will likely involve key C-suite executives, relevant business unit heads, head of legal, and a corporate development manager, if there is one. Regardless of the team composition, you would want to have an internal project manager to take lead on the deal. At the same time, you will also start to scout for your external advisors. We would recommend that, at minimum, you hire experts to assist in your financial, tax, and legal due diligence, and also legal counsel to assist in contract drafting and negotiations. Even though you may not want to onboard them immediately, you should already begin the selection process so that they can start as soon as you need them. Then, draw a project timetable and share it with your team members. Even though 99% of the time, you may find your deal timeline to be aggressive in hindsight, it is always good to have a plan so that you can keep things going. Set out key milestones in the next few months and list up your detailed to-do lists for the next weeks. We know you are busy with daily operations already, and thus it is important to find a regular venue for all team members to share important deal updates. Once you are ready, schedule a kickoff meeting so that everyone is up to speed and on the same page with all the key deal information. After setting up your team, you then proceed to prepare an initial proposal to send to the target company. Some people may call the initial proposal a non-binding letter of intent, or LOI. At this stage, you will approach the target company with the aim of bringing them to the deal table and winning the ticket to go into due diligence. In order to be effective in your LOI, you will want to articulate the benefits that the seller and target company will get by doing a deal with you. Also, you will want to be clear regarding your strategic rationale, post-merger integration plans, indicative valuation, proposed structure, etc. Depending on the target company's status, you may have very little financial information to put together an indicative valuation. But don't worry, the terms are non-binding and would still be subject to customary due diligence and discussions. So make sure to propose detailed and concrete requests for due diligence with a timeline. Overall, be sincere and respectful. Next, after reaching consensus with the target company and executing a non-disclosure agreement, you go into the due diligence phase. Common due diligence areas include financials, tax, commercial, legal, HR, IT, and these days, ESG topics. And you would likely have access to a VDR, virtual data room, to review the target company's documents. You will also have opportunity to request for more information and ask questions. Management presentation and site visits are also other important due diligence items where you can find out about the company's culture and values. Make sure that you understand the target company both qualitatively and quantitatively, and make sure that you know everything both tangible and intangible. Simultaneously to due diligence, you will need to perform valuation analysis. You will start with the target company's business plan, but will need to review it with a critical lens and assess potential synergies. Approach valuation rigorously and make sure to incorporate due diligence findings in your final analysis. Based on your due diligence and valuation work outcome, you will need to go through the internal deal approval process, sometimes at board meeting level. This is the time you will judge whether to proceed with the project further or not. If yes, you will proceed to prepare a binding, final proposal. This is oftentimes shared with the target company together with a legal document such as SPA, sales and purchase agreement. Make sure you work closely with lawyers to reflect red flags and due diligence findings in your draft. Then negotiate those terms with the target company to find a common ground. As it gets close to signing, you will need to think about whether you want to, or legally need to make an announcement of the deal. If so, make sure that your messaging is consistent with the target companies. Some of the deals can be closed at the same time it is signed. However, for more complex deals, you may still need to go through several other approval processes and get some conditions cleared before the deal can be closed. This is a high-level overview of a buyer's acquisition process, but we hope this has already given you a better idea of what you should expect and what you could do in your next Buyside project. We know that there are a lot more details and considerations at each step. We will cover these in more details in our course. In-house M&A is a professional training and coaching firm that enables your staffs to be your top in-house M&A sweat team. We provide online training videos that you can watch on demand. It saves company time and money by making sure your high-stake M&A project is done only following the best practices. If you have any specific questions, you can contact us for a free consultation. Until next time.